Do you ever just want to sew, but you want to have kind of someone sewing in the background with you? Maybe you're almost at your limit with the true crime podcasts, or maybe you just want to relax and watch someone else sew and get some ideas. No matter what brought you here today, thank you so much for checking out this video, and welcome. My name's Megan. My label is Softspoke, and let's get sewing. What I'm working on today is finishing the ruffle sleeve part. That will be the last thing I have to do to finish this bikini set. And the patterns I downloaded from Edgewater Avenue. I really, really love that company. I can tell that the designer, Katie, put so much energy and attention into developing all of her patterns, and that she really experiments. For the bathing suit I'm making today, I wanted it to feel like a vintage play suit, maybe something that people wore in the circus in the 30s. I know that's so specific, but I do have pictures from my grandpa in the circus, and I'm just obsessed with circus culture. I love Claire McCardell as a designer with her play suits in the 1930s. So I decided to pair together the shorts. The style is called Charlie. And then for the top, I chose the Abilene top. When I cut out this garment, I decided that it needed more polka dots per square foot. So I added more polka dots. I sewed them with a zigzag stitch, and I think it looks so much better. Here I am picking out elastic. I do not have swimwear elastic, but I decided to use what I have on hand. And this is a sample of what I'm making. I made one the other day. I decided that I needed this to be a longer ruffle, and I'm kind of looking back at my sample as a sample, see what I can change and what I can make better. This is me stretching the elastic to its absolute max. For stuff like this, I usually start by pulling the actual thread tail to help get the project through the machine, and then once that's got going, you do have to pull the elastic from both sides, and then once you let go of the elastic, that's how the ruffle is created on the fabric. Right behind me, I have my cockatiels, Sweet Pea and Shredder. My boyfriend and I have had these cockatiels for a few years. Sweet Pea, actually, she's about to be 1 year old, so she is growing into her attitude. And I recently read that cockatiels like ambient attention. I love that. I too like ambient attention. I want someone to just be there, but kind of working on their own thing. That's exactly the kind of the vibe I like. So, me and the birds, we enjoy each other's company. Here's me using my serger, trying to get all this stuff going under the serger, the elastic, the ruffle gathering, and the other layer of stretch jersey. It's tough. I've got the seam ripper right on hand, helping me kind of feed everything nice and straight. And of course, I have to rethread my serger. This happens, not to worry. I like to get the blade out of the way and go ahead and rethread it. If you are sewing right now, I really hope that your machines are acting right and not acting up. At the time of this recording, I actually have COVID, and so I really didn't have too much energy. You wouldn't think it though, because I can go ahead and put the sewing clips in higher speed. So if it looks like I'm moving fast, I am not. I'm not moving fast. I am moving very slow. Yeah, it's about the journey, right? Not the destination. For me though, the destination really is such a motivator. Like, I imagine myself wearing this bikini this weekend, healthy, hopefully in the sun, hanging out, having a Sunday off, and I imagine it will fit, and it doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't exactly my 100th bikini. In fact, this is probably the second or third bikini I've ever made. So I'm not expecting too much. I just am kind of doing it for the journey, but at the same time, I really hope this is gonna look cute. I bought this serger, this overlock machine, from a woman on OfferUp who was from Australia but living in Beverly Hills, and her job before she retired was to sell sewing machines. She called herself a sewing machine dealer. I remember when I pulled up to her house at Beverly Hills in my Ford Escape and I had the shittiest car on the block. But honestly, shout out to that Ford Escape. And now to bring the project back to the straight stitch machine. Another hack that I find very, very useful is setting up the settings on the machine before you start sewing. So setting up the stitch length and then the needle position so that you can position the needle to sew down the left, center, or right little area of the presser foot, which on some machines there's an actual dial that says needle position. If you don't have the needle position on your machine, what I would encourage you to try is make sure you're in the straight stitch setting and then go ahead and wiggle the width. So you're going to wiggle the stitch width, not the length. And if you need to find that, I recommend looking in your manual. But that will probably change your needle position and make steering and driving so much easier. And by now, after talking about all that, I'm not only back on the serger, but having to rethread the serger again. And I'm pretty sure it's because I'm just working with so many layers. I've done projects with this serger where I didn't have to rethread it the entire time. I'm talking yards and yards of curtains ones that I had to make for, I think it was like an Oscars party last year. It was insane, but I didn't have to rethread the serger even once. And today I'm having to rethread it twice, and that's okay. Believe it or not, this is actually way more fun than that project. And I'm back at it. It's always fun to finish the second side when you already finished the first side. I am nearing the finish line here. That's what I love about the serger. It makes everything so fast. Stitches aren't perfect, but hey, it's gonna be great, especially after I finish that last top stitch. Wrap the rest of that strap over and do that final top stitch just like I did on the other side. I am almost done here. Now that I have both of the straps done, I want to see how long they actually have to be. I'm going to have to cut them down. So I prioritize stuffing them into the back panel first because I want some of that little strap to show. And then I'm going to do a fitting, see how short they need to be, and come back and trim them from the front side. I figured I might as well just sew the straps down in the back since those aren't going to move. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my fitting, which I did off camera. And now here I am trimming down the straps with a rotary blade. Hilariously, the straps are ending up being the same length that the pattern originally called for, which was 11 1/4 inches. I thought they needed to be longer, but 11 1/4 worked out perfectly. Love to learn it the hard way. The very last part is a little tricky because you have to pinch everything, get it through the remaining hole, and then sew it up. And here is the final result. This was such a blast to make and such a blast to wear. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if the elastic will last forever, but the memories will. All right, hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, bye-bye.